Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and out yesterday our evening attractions collection of negative constraint puzzles. Do check out Patreon where you can find that collection of puzzles. You can enter a competition until the 20th to try and win a prize. We are getting correct entries in already. Check it out. It's on Patreon. Just join us there and you can get through that seven puzzle pack at your own speed. Now, today's puzzle does not have any negative constraints. I will just say that. Firstly, however, I will also mention that you can get Sven's Sudoku Pad and our merchandise on the links under the video, and all our apps, which include Domino Sudoku and Arrow Sudoku, two of the genres featured today. In a puzzle by Nordy that Nordy says is more approachable than their usual ones. So we won't take his word for it. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know. You can check the video length. You'll get some idea of how hard this is. But I am going to go through the rules and then tackle the puzzle. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. We'll be trying to put 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box of the puzzle. Digits along an arrow sum up to the number in the attached circle, and digits joined by an X sum to 10. Now, as I say, no negative constraint, so those digits could sum to 10 as well. But give it a try on that first link under the video. I am going to try it now. So let's restart my clock and say, let's get cracking. Now, one of the first things, there are a lot of 3-cell arrows in individual boxes. Now, every time the 3 digits on an arrow, in fact, I don't think there's any instance in this puzzle, very unusually, where a digit could repeat on an arrow, because the arrows are even that one is confined within one box. Therefore, the minimum total of one of the 3-cell arrows is 6, 1, 2, and 3. And therefore, into many of these circles, we can write the quadruple of digits 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay. And in this column, there is going to be another of that quadruple on the X. Now, an X is always made up of, well, I mean, the 4 combinations are 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, and 4, 6. One of those is always from those high digits, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the 4th high digit in this column is going to be on the X, and all of these are going to be low, which I will colour blue. Now, blue today, for me, in this puzzle so far, is representing the digits 1 to 5, not 1 to 4. So it's exactly the same story in column 2, where there's an X. Now, I can't be quite so gung-ho on the top arrows, because these digits could be a 5 or a 6 in each case. Well, I suppose if they were a 5 and I'm saying blue is 5, great, but they could be a 6, so I can't colour those. It may turn out that this colouring idea is not any use, but we will see. Okay, I haven't got to the point of this puzzle at all. Let me do a little bit more thinking and see if we can work out better where to attack it. Don't know. It's not entirely obvious to me what. I mean, you could add up all of those. You could add up all of these cells. Okay, let's forget that blue colouring. Let's do some other colouring. I'm going to colour all these blue. These are 3 arrows that sit in the top 3 boxes. Now, there is a minimum sum for 5 digits in row 3 that all have to be different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 15. Plus 1, 2, 3 as a minimum in row 2, 21. Plus a 1 there, 22. So these 3 circles add up to at least 22. And that turns out not to be very helpful at all. I was hoping to come up with a sum that let me put something in. I'm not really getting this at all. Right, okay, let's have another think. Oh. Is it to do with the 10 sums in the same cage? So if this was a 9, this group of cells would add up to 18, plus 10 there. The minimum for this group of cells is 17. Is that interesting? It doesn't feel very interesting. But where are these, where are they going to go? I don't know. Okay, sorry, I'm not finding my way through Wayfinder at all. Let's have another little think about this. No. Well, again, I could add 1, 2, 3, 4 as a minimum here, and 1, 2 is 13. But that is already the minimum of those two cells, so that hasn't changed the picture very much. Wow, I'm missing something quite big. I feel like it might be about adding up boxes somehow. Right, I'm going to add these two into my sums. Okay, that's interesting for the blue sums. So I'm glad I left the blue colouring up. Yes, okay, let's try this again. The minimum for this group of cells is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That adds up to 28. I know my triangular numbers by now. And the fifth triangular number is 15, so that's the minimum for those. 43 plus 1 there is 44. Now that is the sum of the two 10 dominoes, so that's 20. And then the remaining blue cells add up now to at least 24, not at least 22. And that means that none of them can be a 6, I think. If that was a 9-8 pair, this would be at least a 7. And if that was a 9, the maximum it can be, these have to add up to at least 15. This was interesting, though. I'm not giving up on this yet. There's something going on here. So let's blue those again. What's happening here, guys? You've probably got it figured out in a way that I haven't. I have a feeling those are going to be 8 and 9, but I can't prove that yet. So we've got 44 as a minimum in the blue. Well, I don't think we can do the same sorts of thing with these. Let's try it. Let's use green there. Just going to look at this just in case. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 21, plus 1, 2, 3 is 27, plus another 15 is 42. No, that is not interesting as a minimum. So we'll get rid of green. We'll keep focusing on blue. I've got 44 as the minimum value in blue. Now, if those added up to 17, this would be a 7. It's all it could be. Now, I'm also claiming that these could each be a 6 as long as the 3 circles were 6, 9, 9, making 24 that way. One of them must be a 9, at least, one of these 3 circles. That's not very helpful, but it is true. there's something interesting going on here. What is it? I mean, I can't pencil 8 and 9 into those cells because they could be in these X's with a 1 or 2 on the other side at the moment. Okay. Right, I started thinking about what those 5 digits can be. If that's a 6, that's 1, 2, 3, and that could be 4, 6. However, this couldn't be. So now I'm thinking about these 6 digits and what they can, well, what this can be given this X. I don't think this can be a 6, and the same must be true for any 6 in a box, sorry, for any circle in a box which contains the circle, its 3-cell arrow, and an X. And that is boxes 1, 3, 4, and 6, I reckon. So if you were to put 6 here, you'd have to put 1, 2, 3 on the arrow. Then the only low digit you'd have left for the X, so it's the low digits that matter on the X's, not the high ones. The only digit you'd have left is a 4, which would need a 6 with it, but you've already put that there. So these digits cannot be 6s. And that's interesting. Can they be 7s? No! That's ridiculous. They can't be 7s either. Because you'd put 1, 2, 4 on the arrow, and then you'd only have a 3 left on the X, and that would need a 7. Oh, that is a relationship I've not seen before. So now those circles are down to 8 and 9, and I can colour them against each other, surely. Orange, green, then that one's orange in row 1, that one's green in column 8. Now, these do add up to 17, and I thought that was going to make this a definite 7. I am not so sure now, because the 44 total of the blue cells was annoyingly a minimum. It wasn't a maximum. I still can't even write my 8-9 pair in there that I know is going to turn up there, but maybe I don't. Okay, but now the total of blue cells is going to be either 44, 45, or 46 for sure. Well, can we go on with the colouring somehow? Oh, these can't be 8 or 9. These are a 6-7 pair. Their arrows now have to add up to 13, and that requires that set to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that pair to be 1, 2. This digit is at least a 5, and this digit is at least a 3. And I reckon that now we have a total of at least 8 in this cell, which is now one of the 8 or 9s and is not the green one, so is orange. Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful puzzle. Right, where is the 8 or 9, the orange 8, 9 in this row? It's definitely there. No, hang on. Yeah, it is definitely there. Because that cell sees that cell, and here on the arrow you can't put an 8 or a 9 on a 3-cell arrow leading to a single-digit circle. Okay, so can we keep going with orange or green? The green arrow in this cell, the green 8 or 9 in this box is going to be in one of those two. It hasn't told me yet that this is a 7, which I suspect it will be. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe this could be green, couldn't it? Oh, this is weird. Okay, come on, keep thinking. One of these has to have a 1 on it because... okay, actually, let's do some more thinking about... I stopped after 6 and 7. It clearly wasn't a game I should stop at. If that's an 8, this could be 1, 3, 4. And then you can't make up the X, but there is an alternative. 8 could be 1, 2, 5. And then X... weirdly can be 3, 7 or 4, 6. So whichever one of these is 8 and of these has a 1, 2, 5 on its arrow. Whichever one is 9 is not 2, 3, 4. Okay, think about that. If this was a 9 and that was 2, 3, 4, the low digit here would be a 1, and that's not possible. 9 could go with 1, 2, 6, which would leave that to be a 3, 7, or it could go with 1, 3, 5, which, well, that could be 4, 6, and in most boxes it could be 2, 8, not this one because of the 8, 9 pair. Actually, that's true over here. We've got 8 and 9 limited to those. So, oh, in fact, in the columns, 8 and 9 have gone. So the high digit on these X's is either 7 or 6, going with 3 or 4. That's true here as well. Ah, do these have to be different dominoes from each other? Ooh, I can see that it might be significant if they did. Let me ponder this one. Yes, they do, because these are different from each other. So we need more colours, red there and yellow there. I don't know which of red or yellow is 6 or 7 any more than I know which of green or orange is 8 or 9. But the 6 or 7 digit here is red. The 6 or 7 digit here is yellow. Now, let us imagine that this X in the middle row was a 3, 7 pair. It can't be, because it would either break this cell if yellow was 3, 7, or this cell if red was 3, 7. And one of red or yellow is 3, 7. So this can't be 3, 7 for exactly the same reasons it can't be 4, 6. And now we know that this has one of 8 or 9 on it, and it's not orange. This is brilliant. It's green. And therefore this isn't green, and this is. And now we've got an 8, 9 pair pointing at this cell, which I didn't know it was going to be 7. I had a little suspicion. Right. Now we can add up all the blue cells, because we've got 8, 9, 7, that's 24, plus 2 X dominoes is 44, and that is the minimum sum of 1 in the top row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the next, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in row 3. And now I can put my 8, 9 pair in there. Now, there's all sorts of things that aren't possible, like 7s on the 3 cell arrows, like 5s on the X's. They're not possible. Now, this has to be a low digit on the X's, so this has to be the high one, and that's a 6, 7 pair. And these are now a 3, 4 pair, and this is a 1, 2, 5 set. But this digit is part of a 1, 2, 4, making up 7. So we get to fill those in. I mean, I note that what we're doing is not disambiguating green and orange and red and yellow. But we will get to that, of course, because Nordy is a very clever constructor. Now, what else is going on next? 1, 2, 4, 8, 9. Remaining cells, that's a 3, 5 pair, because this is a 1, 3, 5, 4 quad. This is a 6, 7 pair. This is where 8 and 9 go in the row. We can colour them up, orange and green. Much good may it do us. Now, orange and green are both in these cells and in these cells. Ah, this is green, that's orange. I could colour those. So this isn't green. This is therefore 1 or 2, and this is green and is 8 or 9. Oh, I've got a 4 looking down at this. That's a 3. Oh, that doesn't clear up the colouring. 1, 2, 4, 7. What is this digit? This is a weird naked single, sort of. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 in its column. It sees an 8, 9 pair in its box, and that just leaves 5 and 6. Well, you can't put a 5 on an X. So 6 there, 4 there. Now this pair, we're going to get some colour disambiguation. This pair is not 6, 4. So yellow is the 3, 7 pair. I won't change that. I'll change this. This is now yellow, so that's a 6 basically. That's just Sudoku. This is a 7. This is a 1, 2, 4 triple. This is a 1, 2, 3 triple. That one can't be 3 because of the 3, 7 pair. That's a 3. I'm probably going to be colouring 1s and 2s in a moment. This is a 4, 6 pair, and that's not 4, that's 4. Beautiful symmetry going on all over the shop again. And what else have we got now? We've got a 1 or 2 there. and here. It's sort of interesting because whichever of these is 8 has a 1, 2, 5 arrow. So you can't put 5 in these cells because it would kill off the 1 or 2 here. I mean, that's a bit complicated. I won't mark that yet, but I'm pretty sure you can't put 5 in either of these cells. Now, what else have we got? This doesn't have a 3 on it. Well, okay, so it's either 1, 2, 5 or 1, 2, 6. Depending on whether orange is 8 or 9. So 1 and 2 are being used there. The same is probably true over this side. No, it's not. This can't be 1, 2, 6, and 3 hasn't been taken off. So this is either 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 5. So that is different. The symmetry is not... Well, I mean, the symmetry is obviously going to be disambiguated somewhere. Now, 4 in box, in box 4 is there. And that fixes 6 and 4. That 6 can't be here. This is 5 or 6, but it can't be 6. 1 and 2 are in that group. So this is a 5. And there we go. We have suddenly disambiguated the big old orange and greens. 1, 2, 6 there means that orange is a 9. Orange is a 9. Green is an 8. This is 1, 2, 5. We've got a 1, 2 pair in that row, so this is 5. This one is done. This is a 3, 7 domino. 3 over there means this is a 4. That's a 6. There's no 3 there. There's no... This is 1, 3, 5. There's no 2 there. These cells are 2 and 7, and I've got a 1, 2 pair telling me which way round. These are 4 and 6. That's straightforward. This is a 5, 8, 9 triple. That can't be 5. I need a 7 in column 3. That's a 4. This is 3, 8, 9. I know what goes in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light losing its religion. We get a 5 and a 9 here. We've now got 6 here. That's been available ever since I put the orange as 9. That's become an 8. They're all done. That's going to do these. I think we're just finishing off now. I mean, that's weird. For a puzzle that really held its secrets very hard, this has finally unfolded like a flower. Beautiful puzzle. I mean, really, really, really elegant. Oh, that's a 2 on the X that I could have completed a while ago. That's fine. We get there in the end. This is 3 in its nakedness. 7 and 3 there. 7 and 3 here. The 2 and 6 must be done. They are. 6 and 2, 1 and 2. I can finish this 1, 5 pair. I might be able to finish all of the end 3 columns in both sides of the grid. I think I can. 1, 2, 5. There we go. So we're just doing the middle bits now. That's a naked 7. Well, it's an I-wing, I suppose. 7 and 6 there. 4 and 8 here. What have we got down the bottom? 1 and 2, our favourite low digits, and they fix 1 and 5 and 3 and 5. And that is a mass. Oh, look at my time, 22:22. Very elegant. 2222, Richie Benno. Okay, so that is Wayfinder. We found our way, but after quite some hesitation at the first fence, and then a little bit more in the middle. That is really, really elegant stuff. And I loved the way that these unknown X's, one of which was a 7-3 and one of which was a 6-4, determined this X in the middle. Let alone the colouring of 8s and 9s. Oh, beautiful, beautiful puzzle. So clever the way it all integrated. And as I say, classic Nordy. Just getting rid of the colours there. And that is fantastic. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.